Now I'm unmuted. And we are live. I'll start again. Welcome back for another stream, everyone. Last time I'm going to say that for a while, but we are back for the Gameweek16 deadline. And it's my birthday today as well. Happy birthday to Paula as well, who's in the chat. Paula said it's my birthday as well. Happy birthday, Paula. Thanks for all the birthday messages. So here we are. Last deadline for a while. Boona in the chat. Boona, you need to behave yourself for my live stream. You're coming into my building here, and you need to behave yourself, Boona. I'm telling you, mate. Otherwise, one of the mods might have to... I'll get the bouncers in. They might have to escort you out of the building. Boona, are you going to the meetup today? Yeah, thanks for all the birthday messages in the chat. Yeah, hopefully today's going to be an excellent day. We've got FPL. I'm going to the FPL meetup soon, so I'm going to get drunk with some like-minded people, and then I'm going out with my mates in London, and then I'm meeting up with Miss Focal after that. So it should be a great day. As I tweeted yesterday, the only thing that could ruin my birthday now is Pep. So we'll have to see. But yeah, obviously we're in the same situation as last week, where Man City have the early kickoff. So there's potential that we'll get some early news and leaks. Hopefully we do. Hopefully my audio is coming through okay as well now. Yeah, I was muted, but I think it's okay now. Let me know that you can hear me okay in the chat. So yeah, welcome to the stream chat. Good to see so many here already. 1,262 here already. We've been live for about 2 minutes. So obviously everyone's keen for Man City news. So as I say, whatever we get, I will share with you guys. I'm hoping we do get some news. I did speak to Team News and Ticks in DMs the other day, and he wasn't sure whether he'd get something this time. But there's one other source, a guy called Fowlsy, who's got a contact at City, and he's hoping to get something as well. He asked me, is there any players that we want to know about? Because he can basically ask his City contact, about any players that we want. So I said to him, ask about Haaland, ask about De Bruyne, ask about Foden. Those are the three I think that we care about the most. So I've asked him about those three players, so hopefully he gets that. We'll keep an eye out. I did tell him that we're live as well, so if you're tuned in, shout out to Fowlsy. So yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. We've got just under an hour and a half till the deadline. I've still got to make my transfer. My team is absolutely falling apart right before the break, so I've got some issues to deal with there. Wilson's flagged, Mitrovic is out. So my plan is to sell Mitrovic during the stream, and I'm probably going to just leave Wilson in starting. If Wilson doesn't play as well, then I've got Andreas, not the end of the world. So yeah, welcome to the stream, Taz, Lewis, Loco, Mercator, Labrifax, Darren, Static, Sanjay, Josh, Boona. It's always worrying when you got Boona in the chat. Kieran, and everyone else, welcome to the stream. So yeah, get your questions in and I'll do my best to answer as many as possible. Lots prepared as always, so if you do enjoy my streams, please do hit like, subscribe to the channel and all those good things. Plan FPL's in the chat as well. He says, happy 40th, mate. Steady on, Reese. Come on, mate. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week, Reese. Yeah, today I'm in London for a FPL meetup, and then on Thursday I'm in Manchester for another FPL meetup. I don't know, if any of you guys live in England, I strongly recommend them. Or even if you don't and you have the opportunity to fly in, they're really good fun. I went to my first one last season and I wasn't sure what to expect, but they're really good. You just get drunk with like-minded people, talk about fantasy football and all those good things. So, question from, Manchester, Dan. Question from Arthur, he says, Rashford or Andreas? Rashford for me. I would start Rashford between those two. Could be another week where Andreas burns us. He's scored a lot of points from the bench this season. You can't ask for much more than this from a 4.5 mil enabler. He's probably one of the best 4.5 mil mids we've ever had, actually. 2 goals and 5 assists in 15 game weeks, so that's almost a return every other game. But yeah, this week he's on the bench again. As we saw against Man City, he took the penalty that they won. So when Mitrovic is out, he's on penalty duties as well as set-piece duties, so that's good. If you've got Andreas, I think he's fine to play. Thank you, Loco. Start Guehi or Andreas? I think I'd give it to Andreas, honestly. They're home to United. I think that's a good fixture, actually. United have got a lot of players out. So I don't think that's a bad fixture at all. And I think I would give it to Andreas just about. Salah or Haaland captain? This one's an absolute coin toss. We'll do a captain poll to see how you guys are leaning. But I think for me it's Haaland. If I had both, I'd still be on Haaland. There's a little bit of fear factor there because I think they're about on level. So there is potential higher upside if Salah outscores him. But I think everyone's going to be on Haaland again. Or the vast majority. Just a cup of tea for today's stream. What's everyone got for today's stream? What are you all drinking? Anyone on the Pepsi? Cup of tea, coffee, beer? Hunter says, does KDB start? I think KDB starts myself. He was benched midweek in the League Cup, as was Foden and Haaland. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if all three start. Node is on the beer. Vital's got coffee. Bailey's on the Pepsi Lemon. Good choice. Chips on the Monster. I suppose there's going to be quite a few people with very early alarms today. Maybe they're up already to catch any potential Man City news. Is that anyone in the chat? Is anyone in chat here after setting an alarm to try and catch some potential Man City leaks or news? Make yourself known if you set an alarm for the deadline. George says that's me. And Kit's on the Red Bull sugar free. A few alarms, a few early risers today. I mean, I had to set an alarm and I was up at like 8 o'clock. That's really early for me. I'm not a morning person, which is why I'm on my second tea already. So yeah, obviously there's no Man City news just yet, but anything we get during the stream, I will let you guys know. I've got a couple of accounts with notifications set up, so the second something comes through from them, I'll relay it to you guys. Max Simmons, thanks for the 12 months. There it is, the 1 year. He says, happy birthday, Oscar, and also happy 1 year anniversary. You've come a long way since then. Who's the best 5.5 mil or under defender punt? 5.5 mil or under, I would say Perisic. How much is he now? Is he under that? He must be under that. Perisic he's 5.5 bang on. I would say it's Perisic. Sessegnon, I believe, is out with an injury, so that really boosts his chances of starting. We did see him playing out of position the last couple of game weeks. He was playing in the front two of Kane. I don't think that's going to be the case now. I think he's probably going to play in left wing back with potentially Kulusevski and Richarlison playing in the front three. This is Paul O'Keefe's prediction for the Spurs lineup. So I think Perisic is a really good 1 week punt. You know, I think we're going to talk about that lots on this stream, 1 week punts. And I think Perisic is a really good one. Yeah, we could see Kulusevski and Richarlison return to the front three. We might just see one of them. And then we could see, maybe Basuma in the midfield three. But I think Perisic is probably the go-to there. FPL fella in the chat. He says, happy birthday, Oscar. And super chat, £10. Appreciate that, fella. Are you going to the meetup today, fella? I might have to use that £10 back towards a beer for you, mate. But appreciate that. Thank you. Ankit, thank you for becoming an FPLfocal member as well. Appreciate that. If anyone's interested in becoming a member to support the channel, it's the join button below the stream. Or there's also links in the description. You get some perks like a private channel on the Discord. I post videos there early. And those sort of things. So thanks for that, Ankit, as well. Roshwan says, I just hate FPL because of the last site crash. It ruined my rank. Yeah, I sympathise, and I hope that's not going to be the case this week. Last game it was brutal. It was those that tune in last deadline will know about 15 minutes before the deadline, the site was down, and we were all struggling to make our transfers. Regrettably, mine went through. Mine was Salah to De Bruyne, which ended up a terrible transfer. It felt like a good move at the time because we knew Haaland was benched, so I felt like De Bruyne was by far the best captain. It was an opportunity, but it didn't come off. But we'll keep looking for those opportunities, and I think my Mitrovic replacement is going to be Martial. Again, we're talking about 1 week punts. I think Martial's a really good 1 week punt. Ten Hag really likes him. He started in the League Cup and scored, so he's going to be my likely Mitrovic replacement. Lucas has gone Firmino to Nunez. I think Nunez is the standout 1 week punt. It's not really a punt even, just 1 week transfer. Martial or Perisic? That's a difficult one. I think I'd give it to Martial just about. John says, Oscar, happy birthday, you old git. Thanks, John. Martial or Firmino? I think I'd give it to Martial, honestly. I think he's a really good one-week punt. I don't think he's someone I'll have when we get to Gameweek 17 after the unlimited transfers, but I think he's a really good one-week punt, honestly. Anyway, let's do the news roundup because otherwise I'll forget to. We'll start off with Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp will serve a one-match touchline ban for the Liverpool game against Southampton today. The FA won their appeal against the decision to only fine him for his red card against Man City, so no Jurgen Klopp at the game today. I never really know how to interpret these, whether that's going to have any meaningful effect or not, but we'll see. So some Haaland news. Pep says that he's a little better, but they'll have to see this afternoon, that was yesterday, whether he's fit to start versus Brentford, says Guardiola. Absolutely useless from Pep, as always. He always just says, let's see. But he was spotted in training, so that's promising. I believe he's in the squad as well, but again, he was in training last week, so that didn't particularly mean much at all. Some Fulham news, in case you missed it, is that Mitrovic is out for Gameweek 16, so I'm a Mitrovic owner myself, and he's going to be leaving the team. I think the two standouts are probably Nunez, if you can afford him, or Martial, or Jesus, I think is a good option as well, actually. Some Palace news. Vieira says that Edouard trained this morning and he will travel with the squad for the game against Forest. Last game we saw Zaha playing centrally, which perhaps led to his haul, so I'm not sure if this one's actually good news. Hopefully he's just on the bench and doesn't start, and we see more of the same from Zaha. Some Wilson news. Wilson trained away from the group this week due to illness, and he remains a doubt for the game against Chelsea. So this one's really annoying because I brought him in as my Tony replacement last week, and he went off at half-time for a one-pointer, and now he's a doubt for this game as well. But he did make the England squad, so congrats to Wilson for that one. And lastly, another player who's out is Calvert-Lewin. He's got a groin injury. I think it's groin. And he's out for the game, so no Calvert-Lewin. Really unfortunate, that one, because I know some people punted on him because Everton had a couple of good fixtures before the World Cup. Thank you, Novus, for the super chat. He says, happy birthday from Italy, Oscar. Thank you, Novus. Shout out to all the Italian subscribers as well. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, so thanks for all the birthday messages. That's a news roundup. Welcome to the stream, as I say. We've got about an hour, 15 minutes till the deadline. Any Man City news or leaks that we get, I will relay to you guys as soon as it comes through, like I did last game week. So we'll see what comes through, what comes to be. If I was to guess, I actually think this game week we're not going to have any headaches. This might age horribly, but I think this might be the week where Haaland finally starts, and probably Foden as well. Morning, Luke. Foden or Andreas? Foden. Obviously, we might get news on Foden anyway in this stream, but you leave him in just in case. Austin, thank you for the 10 months as well. Appreciate you, Austin. Thank you for that. Guehi or Estepinian? I think I'd give that to Estepinian because he's got the attacking threat. Cancelo to Trent. I wouldn't do Cancelo to Trent. For those that don't know, after his red card last week, he served the suspension in the League Cup between Gameweek 15 and 16, so Cancelo's not suspended, he's back and available, and I would say Cancelo to Trent, in my opinion, is pretty sideways. I think City are top of the clean sheet odds, which we'll look at in a minute, so I don't think that's a move I would make myself. Amy Pan says, DCL Mitro to Jesus and Martial, or both for a -4, or Justin to Gabriel. I would make the forward transfer, I wouldn't make it on a defender, I would chase the upside there. So, I assume you can't afford Nunez, or you've got him already, because he would be the standout, in my opinion. I wouldn't do both for a -4, unless you have to start both, and you've got no option to start instead. Otherwise, I would just do the one move. Neither are going to play, so take your pick, basically. I've looked at both Jesus and Martial, and I'm going for Martial myself. So I would go for Martial. It's a rare opportunity. We've never really had this before, where we all have this opportunity to take a 1 week punt. So I just think, why not? You know, it's a game. It's a bit of fun. Still, you have to be a bit sensible. You're not going to go for a completely ridiculous transfer or captain a completely ridiculous player. But I think we can all afford to take a 1 week punt. And I think Martial's a really good one. I'm not sure if he's on pens, Abedi. It might be Bruno on pens, but it wouldn't surprise me at all, knowing the kind of player he is, where if he won a penalty, he would say, I'm taking this. Best mids for 8.7 mil. If we get news that Foden starts, then it's Foden all day for me. If we get news, or if you don't get news that he starts, then I think Zaha away to Forest is good. Maybe Saka. Saka or Martinelli. Saka, if I had to pick between the two, but I wouldn't want to bench either, if that's what you mean. Saka, I think, might be on penalty duty still. Takes corners, so he's got a bit more. I know Martinelli takes some corners as well, but I think Saka's going to score more over the season. Start Solanke or Wilson? I would go Solanke, just because Wilson's a doubt. Best striker for Martial or Darwin? Darwin. Danny says, just joined. Any Haaland news? Nothing yet. Anything we get, I'll relay to you guys the second it comes through, but nothing yet. I will keep monitoring it. I've got a few tabs open and notifications on my phone for anything that potentially comes through. What do you guys think? Do you think Haaland starts? Let's do a poll. Does Haaland start? Just interested to know what you guys think. I've stuck a poll up. Do you think Haaland starts? And vote for what you think's going to happen, not what you want to happen, because we all want Haaland to start, except those without Haaland. 83% reckon he does. Interesting. Saliba or Gabriel? Gabriel. Morning, Father Ted. How we doing? Sell Wilson. I'd only sell Wilson if I had no other fires to put out. In my case, I do. I've got to sell Mitrovic, so I can't sell Wilson, basically. I have to keep him. But yeah, if you have no other fires to put out, then I think it's fine to sell Wilson, just because he's a doubt. Ben says, Metro to Jesus or Firmino. Can't do Nunez. Jesus, in my opinion, between those two. Yeah, Firmino's not really doing it now. The goals are coming from Nunez and Salah. Firmino playing kind of just behind them. His typical role, kind of a playmaking role. So I think I'd swerve Firmino personally and go for Jesus. But I do wonder what effect the World Cup's going to happen on a lot of players. You know, because it's every 4 years. You might only get one chance your entire career. So do you guys think that's going to be at the back of some players' heads? And if so, how's that going to affect them? You know, maybe they'll be playing more carefully. Maybe they don't want to get injured right before. So I'm not sure what to make of this game. I don't know if it's going to be Gameweek 38 vibes where the goals are absolutely flying, or whether it's going to be, you know, a lot of low-scoring games. Players worried, careful not to get injured. Because every team's got international players, some less than others. So perhaps it might just be the bigger teams that are affected. But yeah, 82% of you reckon Haaland starts. How does that work? 82 said yes, 17% said no. Doesn't even add up to 100. Mohit says, best goalkeeper to buy this week for a punt. I would just back the clean sheet odds for that, which I think, if you can get to him, is Man City. These are the clean sheet odds for Gameweek16. Man City are top 52%. If not, Liverpool, 45% chance of a clean sheet. So I would go Alisson if you can get there. After that, it's Ramsdale, who is the cheapest of the three, I think. So 42%. So I would go there. Basically refer to the clean sheet odds and just go for whoever you can afford here with the highest odds. That's the best way to play it for a goalkeeper transfer. Danny says players not in the World Cup might give extra. That's a good point as well. Firmino obviously not in the World Cup, missed out. Yeah, who knows really what effect it'll have. There are some players that'll be absolutely gutted they missed out. It's hard to say how that's going to affect them. That could, drive them on even more to play better and make a point. Or they could be absolutely gutted and just completely lost of motivation. John says, Oscar, tell everyone to leave a like. Alright, you heard John. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, hit like. We've got 2,300 tuned in, 270 likes. So everyone hit like now and we'll blast past 500. I appreciate you all being here for this deadline stream. Unbelievable turnout again, by the way. Obviously, everyone's keen to know what the Man City news is, if we get any. As I say, anything we get in this stream, I will pass on to you guys. I think, in all likelihood, it will come closer to the deadline, if at all. Nova says, in head-to-head mini-league, when would you play your chips? I would play my chips in double game weeks. Really, I would just aim for when you're likeliest to do... Oops, I need to mute Discord. Yeah, I would just play in a double game week myself. If we look at postponements, let me see if I can pull this up. These are the postponed fixtures. There's 14 already. 14 games that have been postponed. Hopefully you can see that. Let me scroll down a bit. These are all the postponed games already, 14. We're going to have a lot more postponements to come as well, as a consequence of teams getting far in the FA Cup, the League Cup, etc. So there's going to be a ton of double game weeks to come. And obviously every team here has a postponement, because we had that game week postponed when the Queen died. So we could have the biggest double game week in FPL history. So if you've got your triple captain, bench boost free hit, you're in a really good position and you want to save it for when these doubles come around. We might actually have a double game week as soon as game week 19 for Arsenal Man City. So there might be an opportunity there to triple captain Haaland just a few game weeks away. Obviously a few game weeks away is actually a long time away. It's like 2 months away, but definitely save them. Am I starting Everson or Pope? I think Pope's got better clean sheet odds, so I'm just going to start Pope. It's going to be a tougher game, that's for sure. Just had a message. Let me check what this is. Is it a troll? Yeah, I think that's just a troll post. It's from the guy who leaked it last week, and he was saying something like Haaland's starting, and he said starting to annoy me or something like that. Barrett says, if you get news that Haaland is benched, are you considering a 1 week punt on Kane? Good question. I don't think I would do it. I think I would keep Haaland. I just wouldn't captain him. I would switch the captaincy to De Bruyne, basically. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's worth it because the amount of money I'll lose. He's 12.2 now, and I think I can sell him for 11.8 or 11.9 maybe. So I would lose 0.3 mil or 0.4 mil just making that one transfer. So I don't think I would do it. I would just switch captaincy to De Bruyne. Unless we get news that De Bruyne's benched and Haaland's benched, then I've got a real problem in my hands, and I'll probably take a -4. I'd probably go De Bruyne to Salah, and Mitrovic to Martial, something like that for a -4. Mo Omar says, hi Oscar, 2 free transfers. Wilson and Mitro to Nunez and Martial, or Mitro and Raya to Nunez and Guaita, or Wilson and Raya to Jesus and Alisson. Option 1 all day for me, Nunez and Martial. Those are the 2 standout 1 week punts for me. As I said earlier, Nunez isn't really a punt even, he's just a good pick. Option 1 all day, sell Wilson, sell Mitro. Yeah, I'm jealous of your 2 free transfers, because if I had 2, then I would be making the same moves. I don't think I could afford both. I'd go for Nunez and Solanke in my case, but good transfers. Andrea says, bench 2 out of Almiron, Trippier, Nico, Andreas and Digne. I would bench Nico and Digne between those. Soldier Boy says, Daddy Focal, I love you. Thank you, Soldier Boy. Appreciate that. He said KDB was benched. Did he? That's fine, Lomax. Did you actually watch the video? I think he posted it like an hour ago and he was trolling. Do we keep Wilson? If you can afford to get rid of him, then I would be tempted because he's a doubt. FPL Bin says Appinator. The OGs remember FPL Bin. That was my username for like a week, and then I was like, this is such a bad username, I need to change this. And then after a week I went to fplfocal. Yeah, thank God I did, because FPL Bin, what a terrible username that would have been. Right, let's have a look at the kings of the game week. Get your guesses in the chat who it's going to be this game week. Last one for a while. The game week 15 king was Tavernier from Bournemouth. 16 pointer. The last couple have been, in fact the last 4 or so have been very unpredictable. We had Nelson before that, Zuma, Allison. Who's it going to be? Guesses in the chat. The last one. Last guess for a while. Erling? Salah? Trossard? It better not be Trossard. He's been such a troll since I sold him for Foden. And then Foden's been such a troll as well. Kane, Stones, Zaha, Solanke, Alvarez, Mopai 100%. If it's Mopai, I'll give you a tenner. Tyler Joseph says Dunk or Dyer, Bailey or Bowen to start. I think Dyer, better clean sheet odds. Bailey or Bowen, got to be Bowen. Alvarez, Salah. Yeah, I wonder if Alvarez will start this one or not. Again, hopefully we'll get some news on that. But I do wonder if Erling finally gets a game right before the World Cup. Because why not? But we'll see. Jesse reckons it'll be Darwin. Yeah, I wish I could get to Darwin. I just have no route to get into him without a -4. Otherwise, he'd be my transfer. I think he's an awesome pick. Is Martial going to start? I think he is. United have got a few players out. Ronaldo's got illness, reportedly. Do you guys think that's actually illness, or do you think it's like a fake illness right before the World Cup? Because he doesn't want to get injured right before the World Cup, right? His last ever World Cup. They've got Anthony, who's a doubt. Sancho's a doubt. So, could be Garnacho, left wing, Rashford right wing, and then Martial up top. Garnacho was quality in the League Cup. Absolutely quality. Looks the right talent. Jades reckons Ronaldo's not sick. Yeah, I think a few players are... like Messi, for example, he actually just asked to get the game off. I think he just asked the coach, can I have the game off because of the World Cup? Which is fair enough, it's his last one ever. But Ronaldo, he's just got illness. There's nothing official that says he's, prioritising the World Cup, which I would understand as well. But all we've been told is he's got illness. Harry Lang Ross says, if Alvarez starts, do I captain him or Salah? I'd captain Salah between those two all day. I think Alvarez is a quality player to have, but I don't think I'd captain him this week. I think if you've got Salah, he's a better pick. Messi had it in his contract. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, maybe Ronaldo didn't have that in his contract, so he's got a fake sickness or something like that. I kind of would understand it. It is his last ever World Cup. Who do you guys think's winning the World Cup? If it's not England, I wouldn't mind it being Argentina, just for Messi. But I think Brazil are favourites, aren't they? Asina says, will Kane play? Yeah, Kane will play. Hedon reckons Germany are winning it. Devil Dude says Argentina. Jack says Argentina. TB Zam says Portugal. Lewis says Brazil. I think Brazil are favourites, aren't they? The Brazil squad's unbelievable. Yeah, Brazil's team's insane. Austin says it's going to be South America. Yeah, I think it's going to go to a South American team. Surely England. Has anyone said England? Sankit says England. My man. It's coming home. It's probably not coming home. Let's have a look at the scout selection for Gameweek 16. And it is as follows. The last one for a while. They've got Guaita in goal. Back three of Cancelo, Gabriel and Estepinian. Midfield is Salah, Trossard, Martinelli, Rashford and Almiron. And a front two of Haaland and Kane. What do we think of the team this week? It's a pretty good team again, I'll be honest. I said before, last season, the scout selections were really dodgy. There were some really weird players they used to throw in there. But this season, they've been pretty good, I think. They seem to have got someone doing these that perhaps knows what they're doing or plays the game more. Yeah, it's my last stream for a while, Soldier. I'm not sure if I'll do a World Cup stream or not. Maybe I could do one for the match day 1 deadline. In fact, I'm interested to know if you guys are playing World Cup Fantasy. I'll do a poll. There we go. I've stuck a poll up. Let me know if you're playing World Cup Fantasy. There is an official one. I think the app is called FIFA Plus. They just rolled out the update, so you can play on your phone. But you can also play on the FIFA website. No Man City news yet, Rajat. Anything we get, I'll let you guys know, but nothing yet. I've got notifications set up, so whatever comes through, I'll relay to you guys as soon as it does. How long have we got? An hour till the deadline? If we get anything, it'll probably be quite close to the deadline. It could be in like 45 minutes. So hopefully the website holds up again. Barrett says, second super chat today. Testament to how great your content is. Thank you for that. If we get news, Foden starts, would you remove Tony and Trent for Darwin and Perisic? I don't think I would. It seems a bit sideways to go Trent to Darwin. I'm not sure if that's a move I would make, if I'm honest. I can understand selling Tony, but what do you guys think in chat? Tony and Trent to Darwin and Perisic. It's just that Trent to Darwin move that feels like it could backfire a bit. Have you got 2 transfers, Barrett? Difficult one, that. I mean, it just feels like selling Trent now has potential to backfire, but if you've got no other potential transfers to make or good forwards to bring in, I mean, you could go for like someone like Martial instead. Oh, that's difficult. I think I'd probably just about do it, but it's close. That one's really close. Yeah, Tony and Trent to Darwin and Perisic. What do you guys think? Tony and Trent to Darwin and Perisic? It's a little bit sideways, I think. Trent to Darwin has potential to go horribly wrong because there's every chance that Trent hauls and Darwin doesn't, but it is an upgrade overall, so I think you can justify that one. Noam says, sell Skamaka for Martial. No other problems. Happy B-Day, mate. Thanks, Noam. I'd sell Skamaka for Martial, 100%. Yeah, we've seen Skamaka and Antonio showing a lot of minutes up top. Skamaka coming off early, coming off at half-time. So, yeah, you want a player to be playing lots of minutes. That might not be the case with Martial, but you'd imagine he gets like 70-odd minutes. So, yeah, that's definitely a good transfer. Harron says, how old are you? Guess how old I am in the chat. Probably going to regret asking that now because some people are going to overshoot it massively. How old do you guys think I am? What's the bev today? It's just a cup of tea today. I've got my fplfocal, oh, that's reflecting horribly, former #1 in the world mug that FPL merch sent me. (28, 33, 19, 39, 26, 30, 27, 27). You're all pretty close. Actually turning 31 today. Kieran Conroy says, Wilson to Jesus or bring in an Arsenal defender. It depends who you'd have to sell. It depends who you'd... Sorry, I just had a notification coming through there. It's not any Man City news. It depends who you'd have to sell to bring in an Arsenal defender and what their likelihood of getting you points are. You know, if you have to start Nico, then obviously you'd sell him instead and prioritise that. Otherwise, Wilson to Jesus is fine. I'm actually going for Martial over Jesus myself. I think why not take a 1 week punt? So that's my plan. So pretty even split. 51% of you are playing World Cup Fantasy. 49% aren't. Interesting. Yeah, thanks for all the birthday messages. Akil says Firmino to Darwin or Jesus or hold. You know what? I actually don't mind Firmino to Darwin. I actually don't mind it. It is an upgrade. That's beyond doubt. It's absolutely an upgrade. Darwin is one of the top players among all forwards for minutes per expected goal involvement over the last 6 game weeks. I think every 160 minutes, if I remember rightly from this week's videos when I was researching, every 160 minutes he has an expected goal involvement over the last 6 game weeks, so almost every game. So yeah, it's definitely a good move. I think Firmino's was like every 200-ish minutes, so he's about twice as likely to get your return based on the underlying numbers over the last 6. So yeah, I would do Firmino to Darwin, not Jesus. Yeah, interesting. So I'll end that poll. It looks pretty 50-50 in terms of World Cup fantasy. I will be doing some World Cup fantasy content, but not as much as the FPL content. Next week I'll do like a how to play video, a complete guide basically on how to play the game, because it is a bit different. There are some interesting rules which are different to FPL. Like you can make a substitution off your bench in the middle of a game week. So let's say Wilson blanks today or something, then I could just manually sub Andreas on if Andreas was playing tomorrow, hypothetically. In fact, he is. So yeah, that's the sort of thing you can do on World Cup Fantasy. And they've got some different chips as well. There's a chip, right? There's one chip called, I think it's called like Super Captain or something. And you automatically get double points from the highest scoring player in your team that game week, which seems like such an overpowered chip. Like imagine if FPL had that and used it in a double game week. Whoever scored highest in your team gets you double. Jordan says, Tony to Solanke or Martial. Happy birthday. Thanks for the super chat, Jordan. Between those two, Martial. Martial is my planned transfer. I'm planning to sell Mitrovic for Martial. I probably should get that transfer ready, actually. Just in case of any site issues. Hopefully we don't get any, but that's my plan. I'm planning to go Mitrovic to Martial. I also looked at Jesus, but I just think, why not take a 1 week punt? Why not? Keep Wilson or -4 to Jesus. I wouldn't take a -4 for Jesus. I would just keep him. I don't think this is the week to take a -4. The problem with taking a -4 now is obviously you've just got this game week for it to be repaid. -4s are a bit easier to justify when you've got several game weeks for that to potentially be repaid. Like look at Arsenal's next 4. Let's say there wasn't a break where we get unlimited transfers. The next 4 are Wolves, West Ham, Brighton and Newcastle. You'd say, yeah, maybe there's a chance that Jesus repays the hit over those 4. But not for 1 week. It's not worth it for 1 week. So I would do whatever you can this week not to take a -4. Because you're leaving a lot to chance for that to be repaid. Fauzi's the guy who potentially will have Man City news, Fauzi07. He said he doesn't have anything yet, but if he gets anything in the next hour, he will share it. And he thinks Haaland starts, as he was very close last weekend. But yeah, we'll see. Anything that comes through, I'll share with you guys. We've got about 50 minutes till the deadline. If you guys have enjoyed the stream so far, please do hit like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you all being here. And thanks for all the birthday messages. Which team do I support? I'm an Arsenal fan. Wilson news. The Wilson news is that he's a small doubt for the game. He trained away from the group due to illness, and he remains a doubt for the game against Chelsea. That's all we know. Based on it being a cold, you would think there's a fair chance he's back, but we'll see. Fowlsy spelt like that, I think. That's him. He's one potential City source that might come through in the next hour, or just under. Alright, I've got a new poll to run for you guys. If Haaland's benched, what's your plan? Start him, bench him, or sell him? Get your votes in. John loves a poll. Get your votes in on the poll. Let's see what you guys are doing. Based on if we get any potential Haaland news, if we get news that he's benched, what's your plan? Start him, bench him, or sell him? Is there no music? Is that not coming through? Oh, I've had it muted this whole time. Are you kidding me? Is that coming through now? Have I done this whole stream without music? I guess you guys don't care about the music because it's only just been brought up. Should we start it from the top of the playlist? Where's the start? This one. Oh, that's the one. Absolute belter. Hang on. It feels weird now listening to this late in the stream, because this is normally the song that comes on right as we go live, and then I'm like, and we're live, welcome back for another stream. But we're like so far into the stream now. Anyway, I'll leave that on in the background. Hopefully you can hear it now. Right, where did I get to? Pingu says, 1 free transfer, nothing in the bank. I'm thinking of transferring Dyer to Gabriel or Kanate or Wilson to Skamaka. Happy birthday. I wouldn't be selling Dyer. Home to Leeds, not a bad fixture. Wilson I can understand selling, but I wouldn't sell Wilson for Skamaka. I think the standout Wilson replacements are Nunez, if you can afford him, Jesus and Martial. So I can only afford Jesus or Martial. I'm going Mitrovic to Martial. That's my transfer. I wouldn't sell Dyer, and I wouldn't buy Skamaka. FPL Fella says, what are you drinking today? I think I'm going to start with a pint of ale. Maybe a Gamma Ray. What are you having, fella? Looking forward to seeing you. It's going to be a good day. Alvin says something felt a bit off. It is a bit off when there's no music. Because I can hear it. It was playing, but I had it muted on OBS. So the music's like... I enjoy having the music in my ears because it kind of... I don't know how to put it in words, but like... It's something like motivating. It keeps the pace going, if that makes sense. Hearing it in my ears. Like if I was just talking and there was nothing like in my ears, just listening to myself talking, I think I'd find myself slowing down slowly. And then by the end I would be like this. Welcome back for another video. But yeah, I like having the I like having the music. It's good. Definitely adds to it. People asking about Focal Football. Just quickly, I did start a second channel up called Focal Football, which is here. I'm planning to post some football content over the break, like non-FPL stuff. I've got a few ideas that I'm going to work on. So go subscribe there as well. It's Focal Football. Over the World Cup break, because I'll have a lot of time on my hands, I'm planning to post some original football content. Similar to the stuff I've done, like, you know, what if Messi was in FPL? Or what was the biggest Gameweek score of all time? That sort of thing. So just a few original ideas, but football instead. Focal Football, coming soon. Tai says, didn't Cancelo get a red card? He did, but he served the suspension in the League Cup midweek, so he's back. He's available for this game week, which is a massive relief because that would have been such a headache to deal with that as well. A lot of people talking about -4s. As I said earlier, I wouldn't take a -4 personally. Not this week. You only get the one chance for it to be repaid, so it's a big risk. Also, if you see people in the chat saying things like Haaland's bench, KDB starts, KDB bench, whatever, take it all with a pinch of salt. Anything that we get that's reliable, I'll share with you guys. If you read stuff in the chat, take it with a big pinch of salt. Especially if Boona's still lurking in the chat. Look out for Boona. George Glover says, World Cup content please, I really need help. Yeah, I will be making some, no doubt, just not as much as the FPL content. So I'll have a lot of time on my hands because I do FPL full time now since the start of this year. So I'll have a ton of time over the break because there's 6 weeks of no Premier League football. So that's why I started the second channel up as well, because I can't pump out like 4 World Cup videos a week like I do with FPL. There's just not the appetite for it. And I know a lot more about FPL than World Cup. Fantasy, admittedly, there's just too many teams to know about. So that's why I got the second channel, because it's just going to be an opportunity to work on a passion project and work on my editing skills as well, because up until I started this channel I'd never edited videos before, so it's still a bit of a learning process for me, which you can tell when you look at my videos like a year ago when I started. They were awful and compared to how they are now, and maybe I'll say the same again a year from now. Ward or Henderson. So I'll pull up the clean sheet odds. For those of you that have got defender dilemmas or goalkeeper dilemmas, refer to the clean sheet odds and basically start whoever's got the better odds between the two. So Nottingham Forest 27.5% chance, Leicester 21.5% chance. So I would back Forest. Go for Henderson. Thank you for the super sticker, Paul Alexander-Arnold. I'm so used to saying that now. Paul Alexander, sorry. Not Paul Alexander-Arnold. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Mark reckons Martial won't start 2 games in 4 days. What do you guys think? Do you reckon that's accurate or not? He came off early. He came off for like 62 minutes or so. And they've got players missing, so I think there's a fair chance he starts myself. Jameson says, hi Focal, should I swap KDB to Salah? I did look at this transfer and I'd probably only make it if the rest of your team is really in perfect shape and there's no other upgrades. That's the only time I'd probably make the switch KDB to Salah. It is pretty sideways and could backfire. You know, last game week, KDB had the better fixture over Salah, and that backfired. I made that transfer myself, Salah to KDB. Salah obviously had been disappointing this season, and he was up against Spurs, scores 2 goals. Unlucky, to be fair, that Cancelo got the red, because that changed the game. Who knows what could have been. But the point is that move can backfire. I think it is a slight upgrade for this week, but I'd only make that transfer if I had no other pressing moves. Trippier to Gabriel. I don't think I'd sell Trippier now. I'd only be tempted to sell Trippier if I didn't have loads of money tied up on him, and if it was for someone with really high upside like Alexander-Arnold or maybe Perisic. Lewis says never sell Trips. Yeah, exactly. I don't think I would do it. So if Haaland's benched, what's your plan? 74% are starting him, 16% bench him, 10% selling. Tanashi says, hi Focal, would you sell Foden? Best replacement. I wouldn't sell Foden, not now. He was benched in the League Cup, and obviously we've seen the opposite happen in recent weeks where he played midweek and was benched in the Prem. So based on him being benched in the League Cup as well, I think there's a chance that he starts this game right before the World Cup myself. Might be Grealish that misses out. So I don't think I'd sell Foden. Obviously if we get any news before the deadline, then I'll share it with you guys. There is potential for some Man City news, but we don't know. There's a couple of sources that might get something. So I would stick around for that if you can. Obviously it's a bit of a gamble with the servers, and last week the site crashed, but They did say that they're aware of the site issues and you know, planning to implement improvements so that doesn't happen again. I don't know whether that be as soon as this week or not. Liv says, did you take any speech, diction, elocution courses? No, I haven't. I've never done any courses on speech or anything like that. Why do you ask? Does it sound like I have done? No, I've never done any courses. This is just... I mean, when I'm in a normal conversation, I don't talk exactly like this. It's more casual. Like those that are going to the FPL meetup today will see that I don't talk like I do in my videos. Obviously, that would be horrendous if I was just like... If someone was like, what do you want to drink? And I'd be like, I think today I'll have a pint of beer from the bar. I've been researching this week and they've actually dropped 20% and it's £4.99 per pint. I don't know. But no, I haven't done any courses. I should do a course. Is that what you're saying? I talk badly. My voice sounds AI generated. That's not the first time I've had that comment, by the way. Anyway. Right, let's have a look at the most transfer players heading into this game week 16 deadline. Last deadline before the break. And the most transferred in player is Almiron again. What's Almiron's ownership now? I'm actually worried he's going to continue hurting me as he has done in recent weeks. But yeah, 460,000 have transferred him in. 313,000 have got Haaland. 308,000 have got Solanke, Darwin, Salah, Trossard, Gabriel, Saliba, Castagna. 32.6%. That's worryingly high, by the way. Siri should employ me. That'd be good. Or I could do like sat-nav voice. Take the next left. You've arrived at your destination. Right, most transferred out players. Mitrovic is top. 649,000 have sold Mitro. Obviously he's confirmed out for this game week, so he's a sell. I'm selling him myself. Foden's second. I don't know about this one. I honestly think there's a chance he starts, so we'll see. Hopefully we get news before the deadline on whether he starts or not. Dallo, 400,000 have sold him. He's a major doubt. I'm not sure if he'll make the 11. Wilson as well, obviously came off at half-time last game. FPL fella says, can we get rid of the white dots flying around? You don't like the white dots? I can remove them. It's that one. Gone. Is it better without them? Are they too distracting? Or are they just too visible? Because I can make them a bit faded. That's them there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm always messing around with stuff on my stream layouts and effects and so on. You like the dots? Maybe they're a bit too visible. Let me make them a bit less visible. How do I do that? I think it's this one. Opacity. Is that the word? Opacity. Yeah. I've reduced the opacity. I've reduced it too much now. There we go. That's the perfect opacity. Did I miss the news, says Nicholas. No news there. Yeah. There is a chance we don't get any at all, but there is a chance we get some, obviously, like we did last week. In recent weeks, we've had some Man City leaks. There's really just two reliable sources that I'm looking out for. So we'll have to see. We've got 36 minutes till the deadline. Hit like if you've enjoyed the stream so far, guys. We've got 4,000 tuned in. I appreciate you all being here. You want bigger dots? That's as big as they'll go. I think that's perfect now. They're not too visible. Anyway. Quick look at the top predicted points for Gameweek 16. Accurate as of like an hour ago. I took the screenshot just before we went live. This is from FPL Review. And they've got Salah top with 8.4 projected points for this game week. Haaland second, 7.7. So if you wanted to just back FPL Review purely, then they've got Salah. Obviously there is a risk that if Haaland outscores him, it could hurt your rank really badly, but that's the risk and reward. Kane's in third, 6.9. Darwin 6. De Bruyne 6. Trent 5.7. Saka 5.4. Right, I'm absolutely bursting for the toilet. I shouldn't have smashed 2 teas down me. I'll be back in exactly 30 seconds because my toilet's next to my room. Be right back. And I'm back. Was that 30 seconds? Was that more? Right, we're on to the home stretch. We've got about half an hour to go until the deadline. Focal with a leak of his own. That is funny. Not the leak we were hoping for. You could hear me. Could you hear that? I didn't wash my hands. Oh, it's too late now. Doesn't matter. It's not like anyone else is going to touch this mouse or keyboard. Mitro to Firmino, Nunez and Gomez. Oh, I shouldn't touch my eye. I've just been to the toilet. Mitro to Firmino or Nunez. Right, or Nunez. Or Gomez to Konate. Right, Mitro to Nunez. 100%. Gomez to Konate. I'm not sure about that one. Everyone's talking about Konate. I don't know if I would do Gomez to Konate. Definitely Mitro to Nunez. Depending on how much you've got, I think Perisic is the best one-week punt defender. But yeah, definitely I'd do Mitro to Nunez if you can afford that. Did I miss a super chat? Let me scroll up. Matt says, would you transfer Wilson out for Martial? I'd only make that transfer if the rest of your team's okay. Like in my case, I've got to sell Mitrovic, so I have to prioritise the transfer there. Yeah, I think Wilson out for Martial's fine, just because we don't know if Wilson's going to play or not. It's a bit of a risk. Obviously, there's a bit of a risk with Martial as well, but I would say if he plays, he's likelier to get you something than Wilson is. Cannon Fodder says, are you watching the T20 World Cup final tomorrow? Probably not, to be honest. I'm going out in London today. It's going to be a long day. I'm going to an FPL meetup straight after this stream finishes. Going to pre-drink there, and then I'm going out with my mates because it's my birthday today. I'm going to Flight Club in London, playing some darts, more drinking, and then I'm meeting up with Miss Focal after that, and don't know where we'll end up after that. So I don't think I'll be up. It's like 7 AM tomorrow, isn't it? So I don't think I'll be up at 7 AM to be honest. Michael Radley says, Jesus or Zaha, torn between them both. Happy birthday. Thanks, Michael. Jesus or Zaha, torn between them. I think Zaha. I think it's a good fixture for Palace up against Forest. I would go Zaha between those. You know, Zaha, Ivory Coast not going to the World Cup. Jesus is with Brazil. Whether that's a factor or not, I'm really struggling to know. But it looks like we are going to get some news at 10:45. So in 15 minutes... 15 minutes, we should have some news. Let me set an alarm. Hey, Siri. Siri just aired me. I literally just got blanked. Set an alarm in 15 minutes. Alright. Yeah, hopefully in 15 minutes we'll have some news. Team News and Ticks just said 10:45. He'll have something. So that's good news, guys. It looks like we are going to have something. I hope it's not going to be like last week's nonsense where it was a video and we have to decipher this video of Luke Kempner doing a Pep impression. We'll see what happens. 15 minutes, guys, and we should have some news. Is it frozen? No. FPL Junkie, how we doing? He says, who's the best Tony replacement for 7.8 mil and replacement for Guehi for 4.8 mil? Best Tony replacement under 7.8 mil, I'd say is Martial. He's my planned transfer for Mitrovic. Best replacement for Guehi. Is Guehi that bad to play? I'd have a look at the clean sheet odds and see who you can afford from here. Maybe an Arsenal defender. Maybe you could go Ben White. 42% chance of a clean sheet. A little bit likelier than Palace. 8% likelier. Probably Ben White if you're not tripled up on Arsenal. Beyond that, it's pretty sideways. You know, you could go for a Brighton defender like Dunk, but it's not much in terms of improved clean sheet odds. Assad says KDB to Almiron and DCL to Haaland from -4, or keep both, or -8 to risk Haaland, do DCL to Nunez for free and Salah captain. I don't think I'd sell De Bruyne from -4 personally. Certainly not -8 either. I think at this point you just have to risk it. DCL to Nunez for free. Yeah, that's the move, definitely. DCL to Nunez for free. Salah captain, I would probably captain Salah over De Bruyne. Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, I would take a -4 or a -8 this week. James97 says Foden to Gundo so I can afford Mitro to Nunez. I'm stuck. If we get news, Gundo starts, but otherwise, no, I wouldn't do that. I'm just going to do Mitrovic to Martial and call it a day. Safe says Nico Williams or Guehi. Austin says pull an all-nighter. Can't do all-nighters anymore. Not like back in the day. Flandy, thanks for the 8 months. Flandy says, happy birthday, buddy. Cheeky, Maddison to Kulusevski, worth a punt if Foden starts, or Foden to Kulusevski if benched. If Foden's benched, Kulusevski, yeah, I don't mind that. We're talking about one-week punts a lot on this stream, and he had an immediate impact off the bench last game week, so I don't mind that at all. I think Maddison's probably better as far as one-week punts, but yeah, I don't mind Kulusevski at all. And I think why not? Just did I set something? Will Mosley says I've set off his Siri. Sorry about that. Hey Alexa. Hey Siri. Let me know if that set any of yours off. Oh, it set mine off. Yeah, so I think I'd encourage everyone to not be afraid to take a one-week punt, as long as it's a sensible one. Kulusevski's not bad at all. I'm going Martial. I think he's fine. Those sorts of players. Nunez is a great pick. But yeah, we'll see. We should have something in about 10 or so minutes. So that's good news, guys. Looks like we will get some Man City news. Hopefully it's not anything like last week's where we had to watch that video and work out what was going on. Did I start your Alexa off? Hey Alexa, does Haaland start? Yeah, my plan is to go Haaland captain. Obviously, in 10 or so minutes, we should get some Man City news. So hopefully that covers Haaland and De Bruyne and hopefully others like Foden that I know some of you guys have got. If Haaland starts, he'll be my captain. That's my plan. So yeah, 10 or so minutes, guys, and then we should have some news there. Eskiv Spursky says, a cheeky pre-wildcard 4-point hit. DCL and Wilson out for Nunez and Martial. Happy birthday, Focal. P.S. No one talking about Firmino. I don't know about a -4 though. I don't think I'd take a -4. If I could afford, well, I can. In fact, I can afford Nunez for a -4. I would go Mitro and Wilson to Solanke and Nunez. I just don't think -4s are worth it for a one-week pump myself. It's a really low chance of it being repaid, so I don't think I'd do a -4 this week. I would just sell one of them. Martial's fine. I think most people would agree it's not worth a -4. It's just too risky. Don't get me wrong, we all love that potential upside. In our heads, we're like, oh, Nunez could do this, could do that, but there's also every chance that he blanks and you end up on negative points from that -4. Or even worse, if the player you sell does get something. Like if Wilson does end up playing, does score, who knows. John says, Oscar, when are you making your transfer? Well, we should have news in 10 minutes on Man City, so I'm going to make my decision accordingly based on what we get then. So in about 10 minutes, I'll make my transfer. My planned transfer is Mitrovic to Martial. My brother's just messaged me saying no news, right? If you're watching the stream, bro, no news yet. In about 10 minutes, we should have something. Just messaged him back in case he's not tuned in. Yeah, my little brother plays FPL as well. He's quite good, actually. Adam in the chat, how are we doing, Adam? He says, hopefully the servers don't crash. I hope not. Last game, it was very stressful. For those that don't know, last game week, you could get your transfers through on the app but not on the website. So if you're struggling to get your transfers through, if it does crash again, then use the app, not the website. That would be the big tip of the week. And obviously, if we ever have the same situation again, if you ever find that you can't get your transfers through, then use the app, not the website. I couldn't do anything on the website last week, but the app went through eventually by spamming it. But yeah, 10:45, which is in 9 minutes, leaked lineups says he's going to have something for us. Last week he told us that Foden and Haaland were benched, so we'll see what he has for us this week. Jazz says who to start out of Trippier, Estepinian, Nico. Thoughts on a -4 hit, Doherty to Perisic. You have to start Trippier. I wouldn't take a -4 to sell Doherty. Not worth it. I would stick with what you've got. Again, there's always a chance that these hits get repaid on a player like Perisic. They could keep a clean sheet. Maybe they only keep a clean sheet and he gets 6 points and that becomes 2 points. You know, what would have Estepinian or Nico got you? They could have got you more than that or just 2 points. You never know. So I don't think it's worth a -4 this week. Basically, in my case, I'm only going to take a -4 if we get news that De Bruyne's benched. Then I'll go De Bruyne to Salah and Mitrovic to Martial. That's literally the only -4 I'll get, because that'll take, because it's like a high upside -4. It's for a player like Salah. But for someone like Perisic, it's not worth it. And I think Nunez as well, probably not worth it. What if the app crashes? I don't think it has crashed in the same way before. Eventually you can get it through, because it's I don't know how it works in terms of like the infrastructure, but last game week you just keep tapping confirm and it goes through eventually, whereas on the website it's different because it's trying to load the entire page. I think that's why the app works and the website doesn't, because the app just has to load confirming the transfer, whereas the website has to load everything. But we'll see. There's also a chance that the website's perfectly fine and doesn't crash at all. You know, it wasn't a good look. We had Andy Murray, who's got like 2.5 million followers, tweeting that the FPL site is a joke or whatever. You know, he's talking about how it crashes. It's not a good look, so I imagine they'll do everything they can to fix that quickly. So yeah, in about 5 minutes we should have news. Guys, if you have enjoyed the stream so far, please do hit like on it and hit subscribe. Lots of FPL content, or World Cup content, to come over the break. I've also got my second channel, which is in the description actually. If you go down to the description, my new channel, Focal Football, is there as well. It's just kind of like a project on the side where I'm going to make some general football videos about some interesting subjects, so subscribe to that too. Wilson to Jesus, Firmino or Martial. I'm going for Martial myself between those three. I think he's the most exciting. And if I imagine he starts as well. You know, he played like 60 odd minutes in the League Cup, scored. Ten Hag was singing his praises post match, so Ten Hag loves him. So I think Martial's the one. I think Jesus is the bit more obvious pick, but it's kind of a vanilla pick, isn't it, Jesus? You know, we've got a really rare situation where we all have this opportunity to take a 1 week punt, so then why not do it? Why not take that punt on someone like Martial? Nicholas says, how many years have you been streaming? Only like a year and a half. It's quite a new channel. I've played FPL for 12 years, but it's quite a new channel. I only started it about a year and a half ago now. Last season, I started doing videos for the first time. So, yeah, it's been like the craziest year of my life to go from 0 to 127,000 subscribers. YouTube play button in 1 year. Crazy. So, yeah, I'm grateful for you guys for watching my videos and all the subscribers and viewing my content and so on. No, I've never won FPL. Not even close. I was number 1 last season for a little bit. I'll see if I can find the screenshot. Since you asked. I do like to flex this screenshot because it is the best screenshot ever. Just quickly, look at that. That was the screenshot from when I was number 1 in the world. It was only for 2 game weeks. I was in the top 2 for 10 game weeks, but yeah, that's the screenshot. It was short-lived, 2 weeks, but got the screenshot. I've actually got it on a frame in the living room, on the shelf. Bit sad, but, you know, why not? So I've got that on the shelf next to the play button. Stephen Henderson says, Wilson to Martial or Pope to Alisson. I've got one free transfer. I don't mind Wilson to Martial, honestly. I don't mind Wilson to Martial. I'm getting Martial myself. Obviously, there's a chance that Wilson starts, and it is a good fixture for Newcastle, home to Chelsea, but I don't mind it. I think Martial is a better pick this week. Pope to Alisson. It's not very exciting, is it? I think I would go for the higher upside, which is Martial. Novus says, thought among these, De Bruyne, Zaha, Maddison, Andreas, Martinelli. I would bench Andreas between those. So KDB, Zaha, Maddison and Martinelli. Bench Andreas. I think I'm caught up on chat. So yeah, just a few minutes and we should hopefully have some City news again. Team News and Tick said that that's what he's going to have at 11:15, which is in 3 minutes. So we'll see what he shares. Last week he shared that Foden and Haaland were benched. So what are we all hoping for, guys? What do you guys want the leak to be? Do you want it to be that Haaland starts, or is there Haaland non-owners that wouldn't mind if he's benched? Are there any Foden owners that want Foden to start? I guess the Foden non-owners like myself wouldn't mind if he's benched again, but I can't see it. I think he starts. Angel wants Haaland on the bench. Doggo wants Alvarez to start. That's a good point. There's a lot of Alvarez owners as well. Beatty says, just please don't crash on us, FPL. I hope not as well. Last game it was very stressful. There was like 10,000 watching at the peak while I was trying to lock in my transfers and they wouldn't go through. And that was like a good 15 minutes before the deadline. Right, let me load up his page so we get that in advance. And yeah, whatever we get, I'll share with you as soon as it comes through. Oh, there's the alarm. So I'll keep an eye on that. I might miss chat, so apologies for any questions that I miss. I'm just going to keep refreshing, and anything we get, I'll share with you the second it comes through. Super chat from Flynn says, Wilson to either Nunez or Jesus. Don't have Salah, so I'm thinking if I get Nunez to cover Liverpool, I already have Saka and Martinelli. Yeah, dead right, bang on. I would go Nunez as well. Better pick than Jesus this week, in my opinion. I wish I could get to Nunez this week, but I can't, unfortunately. Ross is saying that no Martial in the hotel. Are you serious? Nothing yet. Any minute now, we hope. Raptor's saying that there's no Martial in the hotel. Is that a troll though? Or is Raptor actually saying that? I've just messaged him in the group chat. I'm in a group chat of him and Harry. Because that's not reported anywhere on Reddit, so... Is that a troll? Are you guys winding me up? I'll ask on Twitter. Wait, not at the hotel? Is it? Oh, it's an away fixture. Is chat winding me up? Can't check as I'm live. Right, let's see what's been posted. Anything yet regarding Man City? We do have something. What is this? Oh, right.
And I am not selecting.
didn't hear what he said. What did he
You don't know
say?
me yet, but I'm not starting tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Damien McGinty, and I'm not starting.
Yo, I go by the name of Ronnie Winters. You can catch me on Instagram. I've got some new music coming, so Ronnie Winters Music, yeah? I've got the starting 11 for you, but unfortunately today I ain't starting. But listen, follow leaked lineups and get everything first. Right?
I'm Arnold Lowe and I'm not starting.
Haaland starts. Foden starts.
Hello, I'm Luke Journey, and today I'm not starting.
Hi, I'm Jack Stein, and I'm definitely not starting.
Haaland and Foden start. Hang on.
I'm Jake Sims, and I'm not starting today.
Hi, this is Jugger, and I won't be starting.
I'm Carlos Buffett. I'm not starting.
Hi, I'm Daniel Nederev, and I'm not starting.
Hello, I'm Erling Haaland with a dodgy Cockney accent for some reason, and I can tell you, I am starting. I asked my mate Phil to come and do this, but I can't find him. But he's starting as well.
So good.
Hi, I'm Cal Freezy, and I am not selecting.
Alright, brilliant. So there we go. Foden and Haaland start. There it is. Alright, let me just check on that tweet I posted about Martial, because I was actually about to transfer him in. Oh, I can't have this last minute drama again. He's there. Ignore them, ignore them. Are you kidding? Is it a troll? Check DMs. So if you missed it, Haaland starts, Foden starts. What's his DM about Martial? I'm going to have to go for Jesus unless we get something concrete here. Because Martial was going to be my transfer. If anyone's just joining the stream, just quickly to update you on Foden and Haaland. We know that they both start. Adam says, who do I replace Mitro with? Good question. I was about to sell him for Martial, but there's rumours going around that he's not at the hotel or something. What's the Martial news? Is there any Martial news or not? Why are these streams always so stressed from the last minute? Now I've got to decide whether to ignore Martial and go for Jesus. Alright, let me just check my DMs, because people said check your DMs. While I'm checking that, if anyone's just tuned in, the news is that Haaland starts, Foden starts. Nothing on De Bruyne. Unfortunately, I wish we had news on De Bruyne. I'll just DM him and I'll say, have you got anything on De Bruyne? Because I know there's a lot of you that have De Bruyne. Team news and ticks. Anything on KDB? I'll try and find out about KDB as well. Right. Sorry if I missed any super chats or questions and so on. I've asked about KDB. I've dropped him a DM. I've dropped both a DM about. He says he's asking. He's asking about KDB. I'll see if I can get anything on KDB, but I don't know. My gut feel is he will start because he was benched midweek. So if you got KDB, I would just keep hold. You know, he was benched in the League Cup. I think he was an unused substitute. So in my opinion, surely that means he starts. So I'm not too worried about that. It's just what to do about Mitrovic. Fauzi reckons he's likely to start. So if anyone's just joined the stream, the Man City news is that Haaland starts, Foden starts. Nothing on KDB, but in my opinion, I think KDB's surely going to start after a midweek rest in the League Cup, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. FPL Fella says, do KDB to Foden and Mitrovic to Nunez. Oh, fella, don't drop that one on me. That's... If it's not for a -4, I can understand it, but I think selling KDB's really got potential to backfire. But if it gets you to Nunez, then I do think it's an understandable move. Yeah. Not for a -4. If it's for free, then I can understand that one, fella. Alright, I just have to check this tweet about Martial because I was about to bring him in and then people started saying something about Martial. It's probably a troll, and this is a problem when you do these streams, but you can't check while you're live. You can't do your proper research, so I think it's just a troll. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't start. I did DM Odds on FPL. I don't know if he's watching the stream or not, just to ask him if he knew anything, because he tends to get some Man United stuff as well. And obviously, whatever I get, I always share with you guys. So nothing. Oh, he says, I've been in Berlin. Sorry, bro, been in Berlin, not looking at Twitter or keeping ear to the ground. Fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough. He's on holiday. We shouldn't bother him for Man United news. I've got 8 minutes to decide whether to get Martial or not now. Is the website still holding up? Pavley says, would you do Wilson to Nunez or Jesus on a free transfer or keep Wilson? I would do Wilson to Nunez. Yeah, I would. Alright, let me load up the app. Transfers. Is the website holding up? But where's this? Oh, this is such a headache now of Martial. Where's this come from? Is it just a troll? I've just had a DM about Martial. Hang on. I've had a DM about Martial. Let me check if this is reliable. Oh my god, it's going to go down to the wire again. I'm probably going to get Martial for Mitrovic, and then that's my transfer. Is the website still holding up, guys? Alright, if anyone's joined last minute and wondering about what the City news is, it's that Haaland starts, Foden starts. That's everything that we've been told. Oh, I've got to make a decision. What do I do? Do I go for Martial? The app's fine. Is the website fine? The website's loading. That's good. Martial? Alright, I'm going to go for it. I have to make my transfer. I can't wait any longer. There's like 5 minutes till the deadline. Martial. Martial in. Alright. Make transfers. Mitrovic and Martial. Yeah, should I do it? How long have we got? 5 minutes. FPL fella says, I'm loving the stress. Sorry I'm not chatting as much, by the way. I'm just trying to work out what to do. Do I go for Martial or Solanke? Martial, right? What do you mean it's going to backfire? Risk it for a chalky biscuit. 4 minutes. So yeah, if anyone's working out what the news is, just in case anyone still doesn't know, the news that we know is that Haaland starts, Foden starts, so if you have the opportunity to get Foden, do it, because Foden's a great transfer this week, really is, if you have the opportunity to. I don't personally, so I can't do it. This is horrendous. We've got 4 minutes till the deadline. Surely I'd do it. I'm just going to do it, right? I'm just waiting for any like last minute news. Right, let me check my DMs one more time. Alright, I'm getting him. Confirmed transfers. Mitrovic to Martial. It went through. Look, the site's held up fine, to be fair. The site has held up fine. I tweeted this. I said, bold take, the website's going to be fine this week. After the backlash last week, it's in their best interest to make sure the website holds up. Late riser. Sent me a DM. He says, nice stream. Thank you, Ella. Ella, Prano, if you're watching, this has been another stressful stream. But, to be fair, the website's held up. And I said this. I said, after the backlash last week, which was bad, the worst backlash they've ever had. You know, you got Andy Murray tweeting to millions of followers that the website's a joke, crashes and all that. It was terrible PR. And I tweeted that thought last night. Stupid last thought to have right before bed, but it was like 1:30 in the morning. And I just thought, surely they'll fix it. Hey, KDB starts. Fowlsy's just DM me. KDB starts. KDB starts, guys. I've just had a DM from Fowlsy. There it is. 2 minutes till the deadline. We came in clutch. KDB starts. Foden starts. Haaland starts. Boom. Done. And the website held up. Oh, sigh of relief. I needed that. That's from Fowlsy. I trust him. He's a reliable source. He was bang on the last couple of weeks about Man City news. He's got a contact there. He's been on Twitter for like 13 years, so I trust him completely. And he says that KDB starts. That's what he just told me. Shout out to League Lineups on Instagram, Team News and Ticks on Twitter, who said that Foden and Haaland start. Go give them a follow. Go give Fowlsy a follow as well. I'll chuck his username in the chat. Fowlsy07. That's Fowlsy. Go give Fowlsy a follow as well. He's the one that just DM'd me about KDB. There's no Martial news, by the way. But that's it. That's my team. Done. My last transfer before the World Cup is Mitrovic to Martial. That's locked in. Haaland captain. De Bruyne vice. Wilson's a doubt, but if he doesn't play, then I think Andreas is okay off the bench. Thank you again for all the birthday messages, by the way. It is my birthday today as well. On top of all the stress and everything going on, hopefully it's going to be a good day. I'm going straight to an FPL meetup in London, which I think starts in about half an hour, but I'm going to be a bit late. So I'm going to there for pre-drinks, and then I'm going out after that with my mates. Yeah, Fowlsy just tweeted KDB and Cancelo start. There we go. Cancelo starts as well. Cancelo starts, KDB starts, Foden starts, Haaland starts. Boom. Those are the big four I think most of us cared about. Didn't get any news on Alvarez, but there we go. What a great stream to finish on. Are you guys going to miss FPL, or are you glad it's the end for a while? Are you guys going to miss this? I know these streams are a bit chaotic and entertaining, so I think right now you might be like, oh, I'll miss it, but it depends if you get a green or red arrow, right? I'm going to miss it. I love doing these streams. As crazy as they are and stressful as the end is, I do enjoy doing these, so thank you all for tuning in so far. I won't stick around for much longer because I have to go to this FPL meetup straight after this, but please do hit like before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I will be posting some World Cup fantasy content over the break. I've got a video actually I've already made, an FPL video just on the World Cup and everything you need to know from an FPL perspective. So that's going to be out later today or tomorrow. And then next week onwards there'll be some World Cup content, plus my second channel, Focal Football, which I'll pin a message so you can go subscribe to that as well. Oops, there it is. Didn't mean to do that. Let me see if I can pin that. As I say, I can't stick around today because I'm going straight into London. But I've pinned my second channel, so go subscribe to that if you're not. And that's it for me, really. I mean, thank you so much, guys. It's been an unbelievable season so far. Really, really enjoyed it. I'm absolutely loving doing all this content for you guys, the streams and so on. I'm thankful for your support and for watching my videos. We're going to head over to FPL Harry. We're going to go raid his stream. I think he'll still be live. He's coming to the meetup as well a bit later, but I think he was going to stick around and talk about Gameweek 17 and so on, and a few things like that. So we're going to head over to FPL Harry. Let me mute that. Everyone head over to FPL Harry. Tell him Focal sent you. Send him my love. See you later, Harry. And as I say, thank you everyone for tuning into this deadline stream. Thank you again all for the birthday messages. Hopefully it's going to be a great day. Hope you all enjoy the weekend. That's it from me. Focal out.